So a lot of you guys want to get blessings from God, and you guys want to move forward, and I do too. But let me tell you something. There's some voices and some internal inclinations that I'm getting in my spirit that I know that I have to follow in order for me to have God's favor. How many of y'all want God's favor? Do you know that you might be working against God in your life, and that's the reason why you're not getting the favor of God in the things you're pursuing? So, if you have a vision or a dream, and you want to have that dream come into fruition faster and with God's grace, then work with God. So in this video, I'm going to talk about meeting God halfway, right? And this is something I've learned just based off of almost 20 years of failing to follow God properly, right? Doing good things and then bad things and then good things and then bad things, and then learning from all of these experiences. So the first thing, if you're going to meet God halfway, you have to be willing to wake up early and grind, right? Don't be lazy, right? So go out there and find a way to support your family. Go out there to find a way to, use your body, use your fitness, have a gym routine, be consistent, and train. That's the first thing. The second thing is, All right, second thing. If God is asking something from you, he's going to ask you to fix your character. So you can't smoke, you can't drink, you can't watch adult content, you can't vape, you can't cheat on your partners. If you want to follow the God of the Bible, the one that says that adultery is a sin, the one that says don't commit murder, the one that says honor your father and mother, the one that says all of these things, right? He says all of these things in the book. Then you're going to have to follow exactly what he's saying when it comes to the certain standards of life, right? He's saying, he's telling you in clear English, right? Or in Hebrew at the time, Aramaic, right? Don't do certain things. Don't murder. Don't covet your neighbor's wife, right? Don't fornicate, right? And these commandments, they get more solidified in the New Testament. So if you're living your life right now and you're calling yourself a Christian, a believer, but you're living your life in contradiction to God's standards, right? Then how are you honoring the faith that you believe in, right? This is important, right, for this generation, because it's like we all go to church, we all have these faiths and these standards, but how many of y'all are actually living on these standards? And let me tell you something. I'm a man that has tattoos. I made a bunch of mistakes in my life, in my former life, right? I wasn't locked in when I was younger, and that's part of my story, right? I also have 20 different jobs on my resume. I've made $40,000 in 3 months. I've also worked and I've held clients that are six-figure earners. And I've done, probably 100 different U-Haul moves, moving homes. I've sold solar panels, headphones, electrical parts. I've sold shoes, clothing. I've started 3 businesses on my own. So I can tell you a few things from being somebody that starts things and tries to create success in them, that the greatest successes that are going to come from your life, are going to come from you taking ownership of your life and deciding to focus and lock in and make something from it, and meeting God halfway is a part of that process, right? So if you have friends that are kind of losing themselves to the degeneracy of the world today, then it's an emphasis for you to lock in and try to find answers, right, to the insane amount of problems that we're facing in this world today, right? Especially with Christians that are not following the faith, but then want to claim that God is good, right? It's not how it works. Right? God is good, but you got to be good too. And I'm telling you, it's difficult right here. I'm going to say this right now. Man, being a man of God is difficult because you can't swear. You can't listen to worldly music. You can't, watch adult entertainment. You can't, there's so many things of your character. You have to honor people. You have to give to the homeless. Right? This is hard to do. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to give up worldly music. It's not easy to not be on dating apps, to not look at women with lust, even though I think we live in an era where women are probably the most beauty centric than ever, right? It's very difficult to hold your, as a man, hold your energy, right? And wait for the right partner, right? Very difficult in this generation because we're tempted every single day with social media. and even just the outside norms, right? So it's difficult, but it has to be done if you want to meet God halfway. So with my videos, man, the emphasis and what I want to inspire you guys is to follow God, right? And you don't have to follow the God that I believe in, but the standards that the Christian God has set is the hardest set of standards, in my opinion, for most people to follow. It's one wife, it's committing to your work, it's loving your neighbor, it's dying to yourself, and it's following Christ on the cross, who led a sinless life and who lived a life that most of us could never live, right? So believing in him and accepting him into your heart, and then also living your life out in honor of God. And listen, I'm gonna say this too. I've been a very bad example of this, but one of the earliest church songs you'll ever hear in the Bible is that God is a redeemer, right? So, and he went to the prostitutes, he went to, the people of different, of sex. He went to the places where he wasn't welcome, and he was beaten by people that he called his own people, right? So let that be a message for y'all. Now listen, I don't got all the answers. I'm just saying some shit. I'm just spewing some stuff from my heart. Sorry for swearing there. Still on the process of getting a few words out the system there, but I'm hoping you guys well. I know that a lot of people that are watching my YouTube channel are nurses and doctors, and then some guys who are young guys who are just figuring out their life path, figuring out what their career is, and you're in school and whatever. Do things honorably. Have ambition for your life, whether you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or a plumber, electrician, accountant, whatever. And have a belief in your business. Have a belief in becoming a millionaire. Have a belief in doing things God's way. And in the season of it, while you're in the trenches, may you find the glory that is to come in your specific story. Ethan J signing out.